Hey, so today we're gonna be drawing Willie and Alex from Julie and the Phantoms because I absolutely love them. Notice the smiley face. I was really excited to do this. The reference photo, I don't remember who it's by, but I will put the link in the description and I will probably, put a little thing up that says who they are. We're gonna start off with our circles and our rectangles again for proportions. I will go over proportions in another video because I realize I haven't done that yet. They're not fun. I don't really remember what all the rules for them are. I just sort of guess. But yeah, I mean, guessing is good enough, you know? Guessing's great. So start with the arms and everything. It's really just lines. You're just making shadow figures right now because you just want the basic, what they look like. So you really just need weird squiggles, and then we can move on to doing more, defined stuff later on, because to get a good sketch you have to have a bad sketch, and to get a good drawing you gotta have a good sketch, so you sort of gotta go through all the steps, or you don't have to, you know? It's sort of up to you. You'll notice my weird squiggle in the middle that's supposed to be a skateboard, but you know, whatever. Into Alex's face. Generally for this kind of stuff you want to have, like, done reference photos and stuff with the actual person so that you know what their face shape is, what their hair looks like, what their eyes look like, stuff like that. I didn't do that, but I've watched Julie and the Phantoms 3 times. 4 times? Multiple times. So I should hope that I know, you know? Going for the eyes and everything. A lot of the times we will draw circles where the eyes are supposed to be on the basic sketch, but I didn't do that this time because I was sort of in a rush because I just wanted to draw. Thus why this is not my best work, but we can work with it. It's okay. Do head shapes. They're gonna look like scary mannequins for just a little bit because sometimes I don't add all the details in one spot. I sometimes go through and do a ton of other stuff before I do that, so they're just gonna be scary and faceless for a little bit, and that's okay. But yeah, I would highly suggest if you're gonna do something like this, trying to find, find the shapes. Like, some people's faces are more triangular, some people's faces are more square, some people's faces are blockier. Um, it's all the nose, the jawline, the eyes, everything like that. So you can, look for that, and that'll definitely help when you draw. I should take my own advice and do that, but I don't because I'm lazy. So you're gonna go and do eyebrows, we're doing little face details, and then we can move on to the rest of the body. You can really do this in any order you want. I just tend to start with the face because the face is a good, not center point, but it's a good focus point. Please excuse the text messages. We've got a group chat for this, so. Oh, hairlines. Yay. I suck at these, so, I tend to draw the hairline just because it's a lot easier to draw the hair when you know where it starts and where it ends, stuff like that. So that's why we do that. You don't have to do that if you just want to guess it, but I mean, it's really up to you. I do a lot of guessing. You'll notice I do a lot of guessing. Nothing that I've drawn in this is accurate in any way. It's all guessing. Which is why it's not always the best. That arm is so wrong. Okay. Anyways, so small. No, that's so wrong. Anyways, not the point. Point is, uh, just sort of, go with it, whatever feels right, just go with it. Even if it makes him have, really skinny, slender arms, it's okay. You know what? It's all good. It's all good. Proportions are really difficult, so it's all good. I made everyone's head too big. I have a habit of doing that. I have a habit of, drawing heads first, and then adding the body, and then realizing the head is too big. I don't like to draw hands, so I don't. I do usually, towards the end I will draw hands, but I was not feeling it for this. Take a darker color. We're gonna go in for the hair and the clothes, even though I kind of already have some of the clothes. So hair, once again, is just some dupes and some flips. It's really the only way I know how to draw hair. It's the way I always draw hair. It's easy. If it doesn't look right, just do it again, question mark, or just leave it and don't like it. I do that all the time. Some squiggles, more squiggles, even more squiggles. It's all just squiggles. And I will change it later on because I didn't like the way it looked, so I went in and I edited it a little bit, but you know what? Like I said, it's all okay. You also don't want the hair to be sitting right on top of where your skull finished because, hair's got volume. You don't want it to be flat up against their head. So that's a little fun thing that I use when I draw is you gotta give them some volume to their hair. And then you can go and erase the other lines and stuff like that. Erase, 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 erase. Erase, 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 erase. Clothes? Nope, not yet. Okay. No, clothes. Yeah, we're going into clothes. Yeah? Yeah, we're going into clothes. We're gonna draw crop top. I don't really know how to draw clothes, I'll be honest with you. I guess it. Everything in this drawing is a guess, right? I don't know proportions. I didn't go out and look at their faces or anything. I just drew lines. And that's pretty much all drawing is, really. You know, you want to learn to draw, just scribble a little bit and you'll get something. That's for sure. We're gonna do some details on the shirt and everything. We're gonna give them those little necklaces, stuff like that. I don't have a lot to say here because it's really just me, like, adding little details. Drawing a skateboard. I don't really have any tips for how to do this stuff because, in all honesty, I don't know how to do any of it. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen. It's like the entirety of how art works. Shoes. Shoes are a mess. I gave up on the shoes on this one so hard. There's a few drawings I've done where the shoes turned out so well, and there are others where I just scribble them because I'm too lazy to actually do them. We're gonna add folds. Folds are a big thing, so I like folds a lot because A, they're really fun to draw, and B, they really make the thing seem real, question mark? Because if you just draw them flat, you're like, hey, something's a little off here. But if you draw them with their little squiggly folds, you're like, hey, whoa, there's dimension? I don't know what anything's called. Anyways, we have made it to the outline, which basically means that I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because outlining is kind of the same as the sketch, but with a little bit more detail. And I don't really want to make you guys sit here and watch the whole thing, so we won't. Yeah, you just add a little bit more detail than the sketch, you outline everything, and then you end up with this. So here they are. I didn't end up drawing the hands. You can see me adding just a little bit more detail before the end of it. But yeah, you basically just outline it, do a little bit of shading if you want. This is me making a joke because I can't draw proportions. But they turned out decently. I don't hate it, so that says oof, by the way. I don't know if that's legible. But yeah, now you've got some adorable boys. Without hands. Enjoy!